Hello, myself Sunil Ramakrishna. This is basically the another part, that is third part of the words. In this, basically, one of the person told us, stakeholder क्या है? Stakeholder means you can say as a client also, basically you can say. So stakeholder basically. Another side is a client basically. So one of the person told the stakeholder is a word basically, which is used as a client side basically. In this basically stakeholder is one word basically. Then basically the another word is PMP, project management plan basically. In project basically lots of people basically have to do lots of plans basically. In this the main plan is of the project manager, and before that basically directors are there, many people basically are there, but in project basically the project manager plays the important role basically. Then the quality work basically is one word basically, which is used in the quality level plan basically. Quality level plan means you can say as a quality level task. For example, change control board comes into the quality level management plan basically. They basically are into the quality level task basically. This comes into the project management plan basically, but quality is basically that kind of task basically, where quality level work basically are done basically. Quality level work means you can say as a testing plan is there, that comes into the quality level plans. So you can say as a documentation basically, documentation level plans basically you can say as CEO basically, everybody knows, chief executive officer basically. He plays the main role basically. Whatever business development officer basically works, they basically works under CEO only basically. Business development managers basically works under CEO basically. So CEO is also basically major role basically. He is responsible for everything basically. Even basically the project is not completing on the time, then he is responsible. He is supposed to be answerable. He is supposed to be answerable to the board of the members, stakeholder also basically, because stakeholder is a client basically. Stakeholder is basically one responsible group basically. On the base of that only basically the company are running basically. Stakeholder basically you can say another meaning of the stakeholder you can say as a within the company basically, one department basically given the task, so he basically becomes stakeholder basically. Another word, stakeholder is equal to client only, but major definition basically comes like this: within department, within company, one department has given the task, so he is that basically is a stakeholder. The exact definition of the stakeholder is this, but stakeholder basically are used as a client word also basically, because it's very difficult, no? It's a huge basically IT industry, so each and every words basically we separates basically, then it's become more complicated. So let's don't complicate the everything basically. So majorly use the words basically, same words in the all the terminology basically. That's basically my preference basically. I use basic, but it's IT industry, so whenever basically the question paper are asked, that time basically stakeholder exact definition is this only basically, which I just now within department the project basically are given basically. That is the exact definition. Then basically the another word basically you can say costing side. Costing. What is costing basically? Costing means you can say one project manager basically got one task. He got one task, that is a task as a login screen creation. In login screen creation, he got the cost of 20,000. So within $20,000 basically he have to finish the task basically. So in this basically the login screen is like this. The user specification is like this. The user story is like this. User basically, that is the client, can do the login from the database side also and from the Windows authentication side also. So this is the two requirement. One is the database side authentication is required, another is the clients, that is the Windows level authentication is required basically. So Windows level authentication is required, so that is basically also one of the requirement basically. So like this, the cost of the project basically comes to $20,000 basically. So like this is also costing is also one of the word basically. So in next video basically we are going to say little bit more about the words of the projects which are used in the project PMP, which are used into software development companies. If you are doing the project, if you are doing the technical work, if you are doing the management level work, which all are the words basically which are used within the company. So that basically which we are within the software company basically, that basically we are displaying here in the video basically, in the form of the video format.